Am I back? All right. That's not a good start. That is not a good start. Hello, friends. Welcome quite spectacularly to PyroKitty's Tavern. I, as always, am April the PyroKitty. And as you see, I'm still having OBS issues, apparently. I swapped from my starting scene to my... Oh no, and we've got ads coming again. Oh, this sucks. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and run my... Oh, I can't. Why can't I run it? Won't even let me run my ad early. All right. Well, that's been eventful. Oh, and then my chair arm just broke. It's cursed today, I guess. See if I can at least fix my chair arm. Oh, goody. Anyway, we do have ads running. It looks like they're going to start in 4 minutes. And I can't go ahead and run them because, I don't know, it won't let me. So I did make a little bit of an addendum to the drop game. Instead of 99.0 or higher to win a sticker, it is now 95.0 or higher to win a sticker. A little bit higher of a chance there for you. I'm just going to be waiting. Okay, I can go ahead and run the ad. Finally, I'm going to get that out of the way. It is 3 minutes. I apologize if you already sat through the ad. Well, let's just knock this out. We'll be back in 3 minutes. To those of you who are sitting through the ad, I thank you for your patience. And if you can still hear my voice, thank you for supporting my channel, even though we're having a lot of problems lately. Hopefully, I will be solving some of those problems here soon. So Santroa and I got our work bonuses. Well, I'll wait till after the ad. So I can just explain it to everybody. If you hear rustling, it's me trying to fix my chair arm. Today wasn't a day. But apparently, my stream and OBS wanted to change that. I don't know what's going on with my my desk chair here. It's definitely still broken, but I think I got it back at least in its little screw hole thing. It's not flopping in a circle. 1 minute's remaining in the ads. Nope. "20 seconds to go, and then we will actually get started on what hopefully is not a mess of a stream. Almost there. All right. Thank you for your patience for sitting through those ads. Again, if you got stuck in them twice, I am terribly sorry. But apparently OBS swapping from my starting screen to my main scene was too much and crashed the entire stream. So, not a good sign. Not a good sign. And what is... Oh, hold on just a minute. Things are being very strange. My, some of my decor is off. I'm like, why is it hanging like that? Fixing the stream on screen. There we go. I was like, there shouldn't be anything like hanging in the middle. Anything else gonna break on me at the moment? Are we all good? Finally? All right. Welcome to PyroKitty's Tavern. Obviously, it is a hot mess today. We're gonna be playing some more Dragon Age: The Veilguard. We are barreling our way towards the point of no return. I have anticipated that we're going to have to play this for the rest of March. Obviously, things could change, but that is my current guess with how things have been going, with progression, and with stream failures. That is a major damper on how long I can play, because I don't want you guys to just have to keep having to deal with my stream crashing and failing. So we're going to get as far as we can today. Let's see. Hopefully we make it through a couple main story quests. With the stream crashing like it is, my upcoming streams, I might have to cut a little shorter than I usually go, which I hate to do, but if we're going to have so many crashing problems, that's just going to have to be how it is. But I'm anticipating 4 more streams to finish Veilguard. So yeah, we'll hope that's enough, because next month is going to be crazy. I was just putting together my calendar today, and yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy next month. Suntroa and I are going to be on vacation, so there's going to be 2 weeks of no stream. And the rest of the month is, honestly, it's going to be brick building. It's just going to be brick building April, because I'm starting a new schedule where the first Thursday and first Sunday of every month is going to be brick building streams. And next month, that happens to be the following stream after that is our vacation, or 2 weeks of vacation. And then when we get back, there's only 2 more streams in the month, and one of those is a charity stream that I'm going to be doing for the Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Society. And so I was like, instead of us starting a new game for just one singular Thursday, I'll just continue my brick building on that. Because for the charity stream, I'm probably going to do brick building as well, just because it's pretty easy for a long form stream. Of course, that could change. It's the end of April. There's a bit of time between now and then. But yeah, so let's get started on Dragon Age so we can hopefully knock out a couple main story quests. My small goal is to finish Words of the Wolf, which I believe is just to talk to Solus. I think that is the full requirements of this quest. And then Legacies of a Legend is the next one we get, or Legacies and Legends. I can't even read my own note. And so I'm hoping to finish those 2 today. Hopefully we don't have very many more crashes. I updated OBS, hoping that would fix it, because I haven't updated it in a couple updates, because I thought the updates themselves were causing this crashing. But I really do think it is my entire my whole computer. That's the problem. So, but as I was saying during the ad break, and stopped because we were in the ad break, Suntroa and I got our bonus, and we worked out monies, and I was able to order a new gaming computer. It's not going to be here until just before I go on vacation. I'm hoping I will have enough of time to get it set up. My game plan is to set it up using like a different monitor or a TV or something, so that I don't have to break my setup down until I can make a pretty seamless transition. That way I get everything installed on there, get my OBS set up on there, and my Rahi tuber and everything, and my bots. And that way, I can get it plugged in and just do some troubleshooting, and hopefully not have to cancel any other streams in the month of April, because it is a pretty thin month as it is. Alright, so Tosh has something to say to us here. We finished her quest with the unfortunate happenings. So let's see what she has for a follow-up.
Hey, you up for drinks? I'm taking Valara to the Hilt for drinks with the Lords of Fortune. You should come. Isabella's paying.
Sounds fun. I'm in.
So let's go ahead and knock this quest out. We're, I believe, about wrapped up on all of our companion and side quests. There should be just a couple more, like conversation and relatively quicker quests left. So Lucanus is still not at his hero of the Veilguard status, but I'm pretty sure that there's nothing else I necessarily have to do to complete that. Just have to wait for a certain beat in the story, and then there'll be a conversation quest. So relatively quick and painless on that front, I hope.
So if you're a mage and you do stuff with spirits, is that why you left the Qun?
What? I was born in Darismuir.
I thought all Qunari lived under the Qun except for the Tal Vashoth.
Kunari means one who follows the Qun. I do not follow the Qun, so I'm not truly a Kunari. Talvasha are those who left the Qun in anger. I never followed the Qun, so that is not what I am either.
Oh. So, what do I call you?
Call me Rowan.
Hail, Dragon Queen! Your tears are well earned, but never forget that your mother died proud of you, and you avenged her with honor.
I'm not really a dragon queen.
Not yet.
Evertash. Shathan was a remarkable scholar, and we're lucky to have worked with her. I'm sorry for your loss. I heard the seers help with the tablet translation. If I can ever be of help...
Ever heard of something called the Devouring Storm?
There are records of our people avoiding the shore for years because of great storms coming from across the sea, but nothing specific.
Okay, thanks.
Go through and see what the conversation has. OBS, please don't take my chat away. Thank you, OBS, for working with me a little bit.
So, Tash pries the enormous ruby out of the statue's eye socket. Except then it wakes up, and now it's real pissed that it's missing an eye.
Oh, my. What kind of statue was this? Big snake. Like, what, the size of a horse? 30 feet tall. Had the size of a wagon. How'd you get up there? They carved the scales. Made okay handholds.
And now we've got a giant, angry, one-eyed snake statue trying to swallow Tash whole.
Wait, how does that work? Where would they go? Did it have a stomach?
Wait for it.
Best part is, while Tash is pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud.
Oh,
Ah, shit. They're still holding it, sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barv.
Oh, okay.
a barv?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune, from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So, when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a barv. There we go.
Any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barv, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them. Oh, you know, I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose. They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
Oh, okay, yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barv puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess.
Welcome, Emerald Company Gaming. If you want to follow another great gaming stream, check out ECG. I apologize in advance if I have any crashes. OBS already crashed on me once, swapping from my starting scene to my main scene. So, it's going to be one of those days, apparently. I've begged it to just let me complete 2 quests. just 2 quests. Let me just do that, please. I do have a new gaming setup on the way. It should be here the end of the month, beginning of next month. and then I gotta set it up. So hopefully our days of crashing and frustration will be over. The end is in sight. The light at the end of the tunnel is visible.
Oh, I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tasha's back.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to finish Dragon Age on this setup.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
So you either learn to make fewer mistakes or you get gigantic muscles.
Or both. I didn't expect the Lords to care about the stuff. Me being non-binary.
Kirkwall taught me about family. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I mean, to the, Lords.
Oh. Thanks.
Anyway, where was I? So, there Tash is, thigh-deep in a snake's maw and still holding the giant ruby in one hand. I yelled that we'll get them out of there, and Tash just yells back, "Get up its ass! I'll meet you in the middle!"
Okay, the stomach I get, but did it really have?
Hey, who ate the last breaded cheese wand?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I thought, well, I don't know what.
It's fine.
No, they're your favorite.
Breaded cheese wand. Sounds delicious. I like cheese.
Laura, I know you're sorry, but you did mess up.
I know.
And what do we do when we mess up?
Yes, you're right. I'm pulling a barv. 1, 2, 3.
Heart's in the right place. Form's a little sloppy, though.
Bend your knees.
Thought you weren't supposed to bend your knees. Unless you're doing an easier version. Are we back? I hope we're back. That one was a very big crash. It crashed my game. It crashed OBS. Most of my windows crashed. In fact, I'm very surprised that even my Rahi tuber came up because it crashed big time. Still not wanting to work right, but you could see me, so I'll count that as a win. All right. Give me just a moment to get the game back going here. As again, it crashed like everything. Just a couple of quests, guys. Come on, OBS. Actually, no, it's not OBS. It is absolutely, definitely my computer. Definitely. That's the problem. Because that was the game crashed first, and then like all of my, I have 3 screens set up, and all 3 of them crashed, and then didn't want to come back up. it was really unfortunate. Put a note. Refresh if you can't see me. I can spell. All right. Let's get this going. I'm probably going to have to skip forward through the dialogue.
So,
Yeah. Because it crashed before the cutscene technically ended. But I want to make sure I get any codex entries that it unlocks. Skipping through. Sorry about all the crashes, guys. As I said, an end is in sight. All right. Now we're going to head back to the lighthouse. Trying to make sure I got everything opened back up here. All right. Anyone have anything new to say? No. So, we're going to do our main story quest of Words of the Wolf, which should be a conversation quest. I want to say a little bit longer of a conversation quest, but just a conversation quest nonetheless. Oh, and that
The Danish prisoners
decor move
escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. I do not know how you have found your dealings with the Dalish. Whatever my frustrations with them, it was a privilege to be able to help our people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elganon was a reminder of simpler times.
There we go. I think I got everything back in its right spot.
You and Elganon were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elganon was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
Let's see. You're both prideful.
The two of you are too much alike. Both of you want to be in charge.
I have no desire to be in charge.
No. You just want to be able to correct anyone who's not doing everything the way you'd have done it.
I see you have been observing me as well during these conversations.
Yep.
All right. I can see how you and Elganon would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely.
Oh, running
And
into my
those who tried to
microphone.
remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
Like the terrible trickster Fen'Harel who sealed away the gods?
There was truth to their stories. My rebellion had indeed disrupted the lives of those who had been comfortable.
Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
I tried to explain.
Welcome, Corta.
When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel.
You got a jump scare out of me on that one.
After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And one of the first lessons in the Morn Watch is that the Fade is reality as seen through a smoky mirror.
Took my drink there.
The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
I apologize in advance. I've already had 2 crashes. Oh wow, over a week.
Last time I got his attention, he got angry enough to come after us with the blighted dragons. Hopefully this baits him into a mistake we can use against him.
Every act of resistance is a thorn in his side. He will break soon. When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
You have earned the respect of the wolf.
I'm impressed you got that out without choking on it.
If I could not admit when I was wrong, I would be no better than Elganon. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
Let's see. What are our options? What about the Inquisitor?
Except for Inquisitor Llewellyn.
I said that I resolved to do so, not that I succeeded. She is a good woman. Growing close to her was selfish of me.
Do you regret it?
I live with countless regrets. Some of them I have grown to cherish more than my victories.
Thank you for sharing that.
That was a bad drop,
So,
Corta.
what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elganon and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganon's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
I did update the drop game. Now you win a random sticker at 95.0% or higher instead of 99.
Recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elgernon's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens, and it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Backup
Just when you think
plan.
the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
We've done some great work underwater. You know why no one else can save the world except us? Why the Inquisitor told me it had to be us. Because we don't give up. Knock us down and we come back swinging.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
Let's see.
I can think of a few options, but I'm open to suggestions.
Wardens have run dry. Nothing new is moving in the deep roads.
And the Veil Jumpers couldn't find any trace of Elgranon or his archdemon.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And several storehouses worth of food, what little we had left. It's enough to feed the Antam Navy for 3 months. Or all of Treviso for 6 weeks.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting.
Lovely.
At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
Did Viago tell you how much time we have?
Days to weeks. Nothing more precise.
Lovely.
Well, that's our best lead so far.
Lovely, lovely.
Track those supplies, and we should find the gods. That said, the Venatori aren't up to anything good in Minrathous.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything she's been doing in the south, we owe her an update.
I'll let her know.
Despite the odds, we've survived. We've made a habit of it. Take some time. Rest. Be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
All right. So we have several quests to pick up. Actually, just like right here. Oh, wrong button. So we finished Words of the Wolf. We have these 2 quests and then their follow-up before we hit the point of no return. So I'm probably going to do some side quests and hopefully one of these main quests today. We'll see how my computer holds up. Message from Minrathous. Rook, we heard the wonderful news coming out of Arlathan. You're doing. We're told. I'm assuming. Oh, you're doing, we're told. The Venatori are still reeling from their failure, and Dorian's caught wind of some of their most recent plans. Drop by the shop when you can. Maevaris. A letter from the Hosberg Westlands. Rook, we have continued to study changes in the Blight. Our latest findings are very interesting and disturbing. We can't let this spread continue. We'll catch you up the next time you're in the wetlands, Antoine. And then we'll do that one. See if anyone has anything else to say. Negative. So we're going to skip a lot of these ones in Ravane, the Ravane Coast, because they're just sort of for loot or side content, and I don't want to push the system that much. So we're going to be focusing on main quests and companion quests, and I'll say main side quests like these, not ones that just deal with sort of side loot and stuff. So let's head to Minrathous for this quest, The Soul of the City. Let me see if there's any new quests that popped up in different locations. I don't believe so, but we should check. All right, to Minrathous we go.
Heard the news out of Treviso. Blight everywhere. We got lucky.
Alright, what do you guys got for me?
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news, and every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
What's the problem with Magister Parvis being here?
He's our eyes and ears in the Magisterium. He needs to keep suspicion off him.
Yes, I know. Can't be spotted with the shadow dragons. You worry too much, May.
Well, what do you have for us?
The cult lost people in Arlathan, and leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures.
Well, that's bad.
The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Preparing for something big? I don't like the sound of that. We barely got out of Weishaupt alive, and we needed Solus's help in Arlathan.
And that's why we need to know what the Venatori are preparing for. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
Let's see, anything new to say?
Hallows this morning. Cheery, despite everything that's happened. I hear I've both of you to thank.
I did it for the fish.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone, Gallus. Brooke?
Aelia won't cause trouble in Ducktown anymore.
I heard, and it's good to have Hallows back. Things are going well.
Alright. So now we need to head to the Cobbled Swan and make sure we don't do the wrong quest. Because our main quest is in here as well.
All the contracts I did in the winter, and I never did find out who paid for them.
You think it might have been the Shadow Dragons?
If someone else wanted the Venatori dead enough to hire me, I bet they'd know about it.
We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
We're not. We're working on it. I want to go say hi to Hallows, though.
Who's back? Trinkets to remember the good times. You survived a dragon attack and brought home...
Hal, it's good to see you busy.
People need to eat. You checking up on me?
Just happy to see my favorite fish fry merchant.
Of course we're checking up.
Safer to get out now. Fewer Venatori around. Do you have something to do with that?
Maybe.
Well, good work to whoever did.
Gotta check on our fish shop. Alright. So not that one.
There's Dorian.
There's Lenos' associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos' plan.
Lovely plan.
Mostly gone. Warm. I don't even...
Minrathous targets. A map of Minrathous streets near the waterworks and an ominous caption. Blight and Darkspawn released. The city yields to the Horde.
You know what? Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks. And this map. Minrathous targets. That doesn't sound good. A bedroll. It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain. This all sounds like
What are you
trouble.
poking about in there for?
Dorian will want to know.
Hey, I didn't see you rifling through customers' belongings, did I?
Nope.
This customer might
How
be
may I make
associated with
your day
Venatori. Be careful.
If he's Venatori, he's not like any I've encountered. He comes in when we open, orders one drink, and sits in the corner all day. Then he leaves when we close.
Anything else you know about that customer?
I heard his name's Erasmus. Keeps to himself and doesn't bother anyone, so I let him stay. Everything good?
Alright. And avoid that spot. Alright. So let's do it.
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city.
You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Teleport.
We're not alone.
Down you go. You hiding behind that bridge over there.
And Rook takes that.
Alright, what do we got? Some loot. Onward we go. Never go where you're supposed to go. So there's over here. OBS, give me chat back. He did. The Silent Toad. A stone toad. Old stories claim Dumat, the old god of silence, had a toad companion. Usually silent itself, those who heard the toad croak would die soon after. So, this is the way I'm supposed to go. I see. Down there to fight that. Yeah, I hear it waking up over there. Did I get them both? I guess I did. Alright, let's do this. Short quarters for this thing.
Rook takes credit there.
Go get this loot. And down the stairs we go. All right, what do we got over here? Can't get there. I think that's where I came from, actually.
Something tore through these gates. Something big.
I'm gonna go up here first. OBS, give me chat back. Oh, it doesn't like the rain. Oh! It did not like those, particle effects over there. Still don't have chat back.
Trouble ahead.
Hold on.
Watch out.
Pause the game. I'd like to see chat, if I can. Alright. I'm gonna have to bring chat up on my, my phone. Oh, OBS. Alright.
I bet this darkspawn is what tore through the gates.
We have company.
More darkspawn, probably. Yep.
There's a problem.
Who? What? What problem? Oh, down there. It's okay, they're dead. I fixed the problem.
More blight in the way. That did it. We can get through now.
Oh.
Think there's enough of them?
Alright. They don't like necrotic damage. Most things don't like necrotic damage. Seems to be pretty, a pretty good damage dealer.
Crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least a dozen people have been lost trying to map this place. Thought I'd mention that.
Lovely. Thank you. Maybe mention that before we come down.
That's enough. Look for another blight boil.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing.
There we go.
We got it. Way should be clear.
Ew, there's corpses. What's over here? Ooh, lots of stuff. Not that I need any of this.
Shadow dragons? How did you fight this place? Venatori, to me! You think you've won? You think you can stop the Venatori? All the risen gods?
Yep, sure do.
I won't give up the city to them. Or to you.
One less corrupt Templar in the ranks.
Can't say he'll be missed.
Let's look around. See what we find.
Fire beam to the face is pretty effective. Just saying.
We have a tale of a masked man who lived in the bowels of the city.
Sitting in the sewer and consumed with lust for a noble woman he couldn't have.
You know the story.
We have the same one in Minrathus.
Alright, and that's where I came from. Elven Ruin. That's not what I meant to do. The God's Ritual. Lenos. Preparations for the Risen God's ritual demand more soldiers. Sow chaos within the city. Make the people desperate. Tell them the Venatori and the gods will deliver them. Do not disappoint.
The Risen God's ritual. That's what the gods and the Venatori are preparing for.
I mean, that seemed obvious. Letter. The Magisterium is ours. The Templars are ours. The palace can no longer hide that Archon Radinus is dead. The city's spirit will soon break, and the Venatori shall rise. PyroKitty, Slayer of Gods, Builder of Legos, Solver of Puzzles. Sorry, like I don't have chat up on OBS anymore. It crashed, so I have to read it on my phone. So I apologize if I miss anything.
They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do with Tevinter.
And welcome in, Suntroa. If you want to follow an awesome artist, the artist of our page, or of my page, I guess I should say, follow Suntroa Arts. He did my avatar. He did my little feline familiar over there, Anya. Puzzles mentioned. No, Johnsy. No puzzles today. However, there will probably be lots of smaller puzzles next month. April will be the month of fake Lego and puzzles. I decided whenever I'm going to be doing a Lego stream, I'm going to have at least a small puzzle going in the background for entertainment. Scroll of Eternal Victory. A Venatori declaration of ultimate victory over the Shadow Dragons, forever removing their filth from the history of Tevinter. Again, they are nothing if not consistent. We aim for nothing. Loot all the things. Oh. Elven star charts. Ancient elves drew from the magic of the celestial spheres and wove their greatest enchantments beneath a darkened sun. A full eclipse approaches, which is an auspicious portent for our risen gods. Philia.
These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
So that's the play. A ritual performed under an eclipse to strengthen its power.
All this. The ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We need to tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
We already knew that there was going to be an eclipse. That was okay. All right. Let's go inform them of what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means?
This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You on the throne? Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Sounds like someone's got a plan.
Goodness, you make me sound absolutely nefarious. I love it. But yes, if the Venatori can scheme, so could we.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known.
Oh no! Thought you'd play a little Monster Hunter now that you actually have it working. Except there was a Windows update, and it had to recompile shaders and crash again. Oh no!
I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're shadow dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until
Windows updates are definitely the worst.
And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Aren't you on the same side?
Be on the same side.
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
Mevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
Oh boy. This sounds like a complicated choice.
Are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
You want me to choose who'll be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Exactly.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
All right.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
The city will be better off with him gone.
We can hope.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Right. Thank you
Mevaris
for
still
writing
have to
down your
decide
evil
what to do with
plans.
everything we got from Lenos.
I just don't know enough about Tevinter to know what's best for its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
Oh. Because I didn't have chat, that ad snuck right up on me. So we are going to pause the game in this conversation here. And I'm going to use that time to try and figure out if I could get chat back. Don't know that I can, but I know what I can do, though. Had to do this before. OBS loves losing my chat. Silly OBS. But we need... Alright, need that to be bigger. Where is my chat? Pop out chat. That's what I need. Hey, I could see chat again. All right. Looks like we have a minute and a half left of ads. And I'm able to see chat again, which is oh so helpful. Oh. So it would appear that the drop game has frozen. I swear. I swear. All right. See if I can refresh it. If not, we're just not going to have the drop game the rest of today. But up here, we're just not going to have the drop game the rest of the day. Try one more thing here. Welcome back from ads. Would appear that along with chat, the drop game also has crashed. So yeah, that's fun. So I'm just gonna have to disable it for now. Look, we've got a new computer on the way, and hopefully that will fix all of our problems. All right, so I'm sorry I missed the ad break. I did find a way to get to where I can at least see chat again without having to look at my phone. So I did pause it. I think it was just like 2 seconds after it started. So I'm going to go ahead and start back up the conversation.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
We're still debating on whether to take Maevaris's approach or Dorian's approach to the new Archon. New Archon. Thank you, captions.
What do you think might happen depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again, gets one more shot at changing to Vincent from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife, Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
Ugh, this is not helping. At all.
If I'd known you wanted help, I wouldn't have said anything.
Quinn.
Rude.
What? Opinions are cheap. Sometimes you just have to go where you go.
I have faith, Rook.
Still not helpful.
Alright, and then I gotta talk to... see what my buddy has to say.
So what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. I'd call that a good day.
I meant about Mevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be the more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
You're the famed detective. What's the right call?
This isn't a murder.
Politics is murder. Isn't that what they always say?
Mevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Mevaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Nev. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm still not sure which approach I'm going to take, though. So I did not have this choice in my personal game because I picked to save Treviso in the beginning. So let me see what the long-term effects are. There we go. Again, I don't know why it's having me decide this. Like, this feels like something that should be out of my my hands. Let's see. I'm just looking up what the long-term effects are in these. Let's see. All right. They both have merit, but I'm going to go with the one that Are you stuck? She's stuck in the chair. We are going to pick
A full quarter of the
Maevaris.
Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Maevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
All right.
Maevaris should lead.
I will not squander the opportunity. That is my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course, for when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is Tevinter, after all.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter Tevinter for all of us.
All right. Working with the Shadow Dragons, the team thwarted a Venatori plot to crush Manrathus and uncovered crucial information about the Magisterium that paves way for a new Tevinter Archon.
We won a victory against the Venatori. A good step, but it's not over.
Right. The risen gods are still out there.
We'll be vigilant. How are things?
Go around and talk to folks.
Those Venatori who quit the cult are staying here until they get back on their feet.
The Venatori losing its grip on people is a good thing.
I know that, and they seem alright, but I'll keep an eye out until I can be sure. You good?
Maevaris has chosen a difficult road, but if anyone can inspire Manrathus, it's her. And she won't walk it alone. She'll have help.
Dorian, other Magisters, the Shadow Dragons?
All of us. Greetings, Rook.
All right, Emily, talk to Dorian, who's usually in here. Yep.
Rook! Hello, my friend.
Nothing to say. All right. So now we'll go do this one in Hosberg. Actually, I should stop by. I should go to the lighthouse, see if anybody has anything to say first. Okay, no one has anything to say. To Hosberg. And Emmerich. All right, so where we need to go? Probably just inside here. Yeah.
Good. Again.
Ah, they're around here now.
You look settled. You like it here? Good.
I see that glint in your eye. You been pulling one over on Antoine and Efka? Well, a little won't hurt.
In good spirits, then?
Stormwing.
Thanks.
Wonder if there's any others hiding around here. Ooh, I missed this. Look at that. Ring of the Warden Survivor. Some we save by destroying Blight. Those we can't sometimes save us. The joining can give life to the blighted, but it is not a cure. It is the calling.
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Maybe
Please
let's
be
not
careful.
listen to it.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
This place is so troubled. Where the Fade touches the wetlands. Must be a mess on that side too.
If there are demons, they can stay on their side of the veil.
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here, in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean.
Just something creepy.
Everything that calls the blight impacts the wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Should you have told me all this about the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
Antoine, you hear stuff in the blight. More than some of the others. Are you...
Ah, yes. A little sensitive. But it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
So how do
Alrighty.
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived?
Let's go
Based on our
defeat a
studies,
blight
Antoine made
eruption.
an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendale might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere. And spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
It's a plan. I didn't miss the part where Antoine said the alchemical flame is mostly stable.
I'll make sure the containers are sealed.
Maybe don't bang them together.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the wardens, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
It sounds like a terrible place to take your stand. If it's sheltered, then you're not going to see anything.
Is Martin staying here?
In Lavendale, he's usually the restless type. But I'm guessing he'll stick around while his injuries heal.
Darkspawn won't get Lavendale.
Were you worried before?
No, Evka had a plan.
Fair enough.
Let's get you ready.
I just want to sell some stuff.
All right then.
Alright. I'm gonna go down and talk to the doctor person.
All right. Let's find the Blight eruption. Anything interesting out there?
There's the manor. It's been abandoned since, before I was born anyway. It's supposed to be cursed by a monster or demon or just magic. It depends who you ask.
I've been there. It was interesting.
Did something really... But you're alright?
I'm fine. And I've got a new story for Lavendale.
Alright. So, where am I headed? Way down here. Let's fast travel. And go blow up a blight eruption.
We've company.
Guess Darkspawn.
Not bad, Rook.
Rude. Keep going. Let's take out.
Definitely something in here. Something wrong.
You're our expert, Davrin. We'll take our lead from you.
I'm guessing I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
The eruption's on the other side of that barrier.
We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
Yep.
While keeping the Darkspawn back.
Yep. Alright. I need to get up there. I know there's a way.
Alright. Better move before more Darkspawn show up.
Ah, that's the way up.
Up on the ledge. We can destroy the tendrils from there.
Yep. Working on it. Headed that way now. There we go. I don't know how I missed that one. Ran right past it. Whee! Oh, don't fall.
A ballista.
Never turned down one of those.
Boom!
We're through.
Let's
Aw.
see what's at the heart of this.
I was hoping there'd be more Darkspawn. Shoot. Oh, that sounds like more Darkspawn. Oh, ew.
Is that the Blight eruption?
My word.
Ew.
Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out.
Ew.
Davrin?
I can hear that eruption. The blight's spreading. We need to stop it.
Ow.
Davrin, are you all right?
The eruption's not happening. Keep fighting. We're not falling.
Boom. Alright. Oh, an ogre. Ow. Rude. Alright. Let's use some powers here. Boom.
This is it. Let's get that eruption.
I don't want to get near it. I mean, look at it. Ew. Let's blow it up. That sounds like a plan.
All right, we strike and the whole thing goes up.
Burn it.
All right, time to destroy this thing.
Boom. Meeting over there, so fast traveled here. Oh. This way.
You really don't want to fight Darkspawn after everything?
They're still glowing. If I recall, this leads to a small side quest. That's not, like, actually listed. It's like a secret quest. Look.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you.
Ah, look. Hi.
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
I'm not sure words will do it justice. Maybe I should show you a picture.
Oh, yes. Would you? We'll check the site, but I'll keep your version for our notes.
Make sure to sign it. When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
Look at you, out here with the flowers and a moment alone that I walked into the middle of.
You're fine.
Yes, please. Enjoy the flowers.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until their calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but FK and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Let's see what we got. Welcome, Scorch Hole.
With all this? Really?
If anyone wants to follow another awesome gaming streamer, check out Scorch.
Me too.
I give you warning in advance. There's been plenty of crashes.
Possible. Or maybe
The
we're
drop
the same.
game is
Does that mean we'll be the same?
off for
You
the
can
moment.
sense the blight, but trust us, it feels different, and the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
You're dealing with a lot of questions. Really big questions. I'd be a mess.
Chasing gods, living in the Fade, that doesn't raise big questions?
It does, and my point stands.
Yeah.
The blight is relentless most of the time.
I could see the light at the end. That's the
How it spreads.
but
we keep going.
Only things.
These flowers can make it back.
They can. Okay, I'll leave you two alone with the flowers and the sweet moment I didn't interrupt.
It's fine, I promise. Are you worried we don't go on dates? Because we do. Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
Alright, so now there is a secret side quest that actually finishes this area. The Blight eruption was destroyed, and its hold on the Hossberg wetlands is over. While it will take time for the rest of the Blight to recede, there's hope life will return once more. Though uncertain about what the future holds, Evka and Antoine are optimistic for what comes next.
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
But some places barely come back at all.
Yeah. Pushing back the Blight? It's possible.
Alright. So there's 3 places you have to go collect those little handfuls of flowers like I just picked up. And they don't even, like, react. It's weird. It's like this was a quest that they started and then didn't finish. I'm not going down there. Oh, but there's lights. Demon Darkspawn up here too. Mow them down. That is the way I need to go. In here. Look, another little green alcove. Right, and there was one more. Trying to remember where it was. I think it's right here. I think. Like I said, this is like a completely unmarked secret quest. So I'm just going on my memory. I'm just gonna let them keep fighting that out. Ah, they saw me. There's a lot of... The whole Revenant. Down you go. All right then.
Oh, nicely done.
Random. Alright, this was not it. But this is filling in part of the map that we didn't have filled in.
A lost ship. Do you think the Blight dredged it up? What more might it pull to the surface?
Let's see, where else? That was one. It's not that. Let's see if it's that one. This way. Okay, no, I don't think it's that. Ow. Rude. Rude. Ooh, excuse me.
Spectacular rook.
That's a win.
Alright. That is not it. I've done that one. I did that one. Where is the other one? Ah, there it is. Right there. Silly secret quest.
What a terrible form of immortality fell upon Isaiah.
Gloom, say, should have died ages ago. Warden or not.
Why does the blight kill most people it touches, yet infuse a few with its dreadful vitality?
No idea. If I ever go bad like that, have Taj breathe on me. Go out in a blaze.
Ogre time. Ow. Random ogre. I guess they're guarding these spots that I'm supposed to be secretly finding. There it is. And now, again, none of this has a quest. I just know I need to go to this big empty space over here. They just expect you to wander around. It feels like this was supposed to be a quest. And then something happened. See what's in here. We haven't been in here. Oh, no lore. Just items. Alright. So you go back to this big arena. And there's now a spirit here, mysteriously.
You're a spirit. What are you doing here?
Light glimmers the surface. Flowers break through snow. Hope unexpected. I am such.
So there's were the 3 flowers that I found.
Is despair gone?
No, but nor was I forever. So small a thing. So small a thing.
Yep, there it is. Secret quest. To restore hope. Alright. Let's head back to the lighthouse. See if anyone has anything to say. Does not appear so. So let's head to Docktown. Make sure there's nothing that popped up along here. yeah, let's head to Docktown and do legacies and legends. And then we will probably stop after that for the day.
Rook?
You'll always have allies here.
Check in with Dorian.
Rook!
Alright. So to the Cobbled Swan. Yeah, I'm gonna try and so I think you weren't here yet, Scorch. I'm gonna complete So I'm going to try and finish Dragon Age through the next 4 streams in the month of March. I was going to try and finish it in 2 streams, but with my computer having so many problems and having so many crashes, I'm going to do like some smaller bite-sized bits. Try and not push it quite so much. And then next month, in the month of April, it's going to be kind of a crazy month. Santroa and I are going on vacation for a couple weeks. So the first 2 streams are going, I think it's like the third, it's a Thursday and a Sunday. First Thursday and first Sunday of April will be brick building streams. I have a really cute little cottage to build. And then we're going to be going on vacation. And then when we get back, it's going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks later. I'm going to go ahead and just do I'm going to make all of April a brick building month, basically. That just works out better that way. And it gives me more time to get that my new computer set up, because obviously I have to, put all my programs on it, set up OBS again, set up my Rahi tuber again, set up my bots again. So, and then at the end of April, I'm going to do another long stream for a charity stream for Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Society, or Foundation, Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Foundation. So all of April there's really only going to be like 5 streams in the month of April, and I'm just going to make up all brick building streams. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to finish this really cute little magical cottage that I found that I'll work on. I'm also going to have up some puzzles in the background for anybody interested in working on those. But yeah, so that's going to be our plan for the month of April. For the rest of March, I'm going to try and finish Veilguard. I think it'll be possible, but it all depends on how much my computer crashes. Because it's definitely not OBS. Because today most of my crashes have started with the game crashing or all of my screens going black. So yeah, we will make it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. After next month, we will have a new computer, guys. All right. So yeah, we'll finish this quest. I'll check to see if there's any short side quests to pick up afterwards. But otherwise, then we'll go ahead and wrap up for the day.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor. It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
Clan Llewellyn. We try to be no one you've heard of. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elganon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Fallout London? That sounds fun.
Elganon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so.
He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel. They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. He and I shared another name. Vanan.
Your heart. He meant that much?
Yes, he did. You've spoken to him in your dreams. You felt the power of that mind. His love could burn against me like a bonfire. He seemed so kind, and wise, and sad.
Oh, a mod for...
As if
Okay.
I somehow mattered more
Gotcha.
than anything around us. For a time, I thought I would have followed anywhere he asked me to.
Did he try to get you to come with him on his quest to tear down the Veil?
No. In fact, he forbade me to join him. He said he didn't want me to see what he would become. But that wasn't quite the truth. He's a terrible liar.
He's the god of lies, Inquisitor.
Tricks and treachery, yes. Lies of the heart? No. He forbade me to join him because I might have changed his mind. And then he left enough clues for us to follow anyway.
Hold on. You think he wanted you to stop him?
His name is Solus. It means pride. Perhaps he couldn't change his mind himself and hoped that someone else could help him. Or maybe I'm the prideful one, imagining his broken heart so that I never have to face my folly. That I loved someone who made such grave mistakes, that I might love him still.
You almost sound like you're ready to join him in that prison in the Fade.
To give up the world for him? No. We've got to save it first. But after? If there were a way? If he felt the same? If I could leave the world behind and just have him? I don't know.
He really made you happy?
Yes. He really did.
Well, you deserve to be happy. As long as he's not, you know, trying to tear down the Veil again.
That would put a dampener on things, yes.
This is all hypothetical anyway. He's trapped in the Fade with no way out.
Theoretically.
He's surprised us before. But enough about me. Tell me about you and Emmerich.
What? Who? How?
Morrigan has eyes everywhere.
Of course she does.
Oh, of course she does.
All right. So that leaves us with 2 main quests before we hit the point of no return. Clear out some dots here. Enhanced damage. Yeah, we'll do that. And then back to the lighthouse. All right, does not look like anybody has anything particular to say. Just going to do a quick run through though. And then we will raid out.
Johanna?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Until we find a suitable method of penance in the necropolis, you're to be confined under the eye of a watcher, lest you slip your...
Oh yes, we know the Isle of Dogs fairly well.
You to volunteer.
A challenge for us both.
I don't think I can get it to start the next conversation. No. All right. So next up, we're going to be going to Treviso. So we will end on that note. Oh, I have a missive. Let me read that first. Message from the front, the coming storm. Rook, thank you for meeting with me again. There are precious few in this world who understand the particular burdens people like us carry. And while I don't imagine either of us begrudge our responsibilities, sometimes just knowing that someone else understands can lift that weight. Much as you hold your own people together through what must often seem like sheer force of will, so too must I keep the fragile alliance of the South alive. Even though I was gone for only a brief sojourn to speak to you, I returned to no small amount of chaos that I needed to spend time repairing. In my last letter, I said that it felt like the calm before the storm, and it still does. The blight continues to creep forward, slowly but inexorably. But we've seen little of the darkspawn, even as the corruption it claims more and more of our lands. We've had more success to the west, where we've won several battles against the Venatori, and to the north, little trace remains of the Antam dreadnoughts that at the mouth of the waking sea. Still, the storm is building. We can all feel it. There is a tension in the air, and before we know it, the winds will howl and the thunder roll. Until then, we wait. We ready ourselves, and when the time comes, we will stand firm against the gathering darkness. Yours, the Inquisitor. You're not familiar with the area? Isle of Dogs Syndicate Act is a criminal organization or in control of the borough of Millville. Oh, thanks, Bat. Good bot. 5 more. Is there another missive? Oh, still alive. Rook, what you've done for Lavendel. I thought I should thank you, but now I'm writing this and can't find the words. Our village is no stranger to bad luck and unfortunate occurrence. Somehow, part of it always stays standing. But that doesn't mean the people always survive with it. Yet so many of us are still here. It's because of you and Evka and Antoine never saw us as a lost cause. This is the Anderfels. If you aren't dead, then you're still alive. I may have a warden's lifespan, whatever that means now, but I'm still alive. Every day I see more flowers returning. Oscar taught me how to use them to help others. I'll make sure his lessons live on. Sincerely, Flynn. All right. On that note, let's go ahead and save the game. And see if this will work. Will the credits work? Probably not, but we'll try them anyway. All right. They will not work. Oh well. Who shall we raid? Here are my raid calls. Subscribers, that first one is for you guys. If it looks funny, don't worry about it. It will show up correctly. I don't know why Stream Elements is not able to use my... I don't know. It worked before, and then suddenly stopped. There's my socials if you want to follow. That's where all the up-to-date, if anything changes with my schedule, that's where you'll find it. If you want to join our Discord, it's both for Santroa's channel and my own. Feel free to hop on there. And let me see what is going on. Where shall we go? Let's see. Not a whole lot going on now. Gotta beat my ad coming though. let's go check out Astro Canuck. He's doing some lazy Sunday Lego, building the Nintendo Entertainment System, the OG NES Lego set. We'll go check him out and say hello. He's been doing some astronomy lately, but Sunday is always the lazy Sunday Lego day. Nice chill stream to have on in the background. Alright, I will be back on Thursday for some more Dragon Age the Veilguard. And hopefully, I'm hoping that on Thursday we will make it to the point of no return, and then the last 2 streams of March we will make it through the ending quest. That's my game plan, at least. Thank you all for joining me here in the tavern. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye, friends!